What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Pepsi, a dude with attitude. So crack a 40 and check your rollies. I hope everyone is having a peptastic day. Hope everyone's enjoying their week so far. Getting closer to Thanksgiving, so y'all eat enough. Maybe you'll look like me. How about it? Today is the first video I will be releasing of a new series. I don't know if I called it Danger Zone or what. It's something I've been planning on doing since 6 months into this channel. It's where I attack everyone. I attack liberals, Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, children, teenagers, adults. You're all not safe because you're all part of the problem if you don't do one thing: compromise. If you can't compromise, you can't even admit to your own faults. If you can't admit to your own faults, you can't expect someone else to. Today, we're talking about something a little different. I'm going to go ahead and get the thumbnail ready. I don't even know how it looked, but talking about violence in a way. We're talking about a lot of stuff. First off, I want to start off with story. Story time! How about it? So, last night, some kids came up on my porch. No, I wasn't offering candy. It was about 6 o'clock. It was dark. I'm in New Mexico. There were about 5 of them. Like, 4 boys, 1 girl, all like under the age of 10, except maybe one. One of them ended up being 4, and they were after this cat, if you will. And matter of fact, I'll go ahead and walk over there and show y'all. They were trying to get it. You know, they're kids, they're innocents. They didn't want to hurt it. They wanted to check on it. Apparently, it was hanging onto a tree branch and fell. And this cat's been here for months, hiding right in there. And they were trying to get under there, and I was like, these are kids. They go under there, get bit or something, they're going to get hurt. Why are they here? As soon as I came out and said, hey, no, it's fine, I swear I got swarmed, like 100% swarmed. Like 5 or 6 of them just, there were 2 down there, and they were so trusting. Now, I understand kids shouldn't fear, but like, they didn't even know me. It's about when I was talking to them, we started talking, and the kid, he's just telling me all this kinds of stuff because kids really want approval, attention, and love. That's what it comes down to. This kid was like, hey, did you play the new Black War? And I was like, Black War? You mean Cold War? Like, yeah. And I'm like, how old did you say you were? And they were like, I'm 4. I'm like, your parents know you play that? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, who's the oldest one here? And I was like, how old are you? And they were like, I think 10 or 9, I think they said. I don't know. And I'm like, their parents know. Now, these same parents, if they're like mine, who like to, mine, one of them's a Democrat, the other, liberal. The other one's not a Republican, but he's a conservative. But they fight like a lot over politics. Every time they say they're not going to get into politics, it's like a piece of shit in the yard. You're going to step on it. And that's what they do. So here we are, and they're going ahead and always fighting about that. And next thing you know, fast forward, I'm a little older. I'm 24 now. In middle school, I was more Democrat and liberal. High school, I became Republican conservative. Now I'm nothing. I refuse to be any of it. It is so twisted and stuff. And now, because they don't know what to attack, because it's all about political gain, it's all about power, you guys. They want to go ahead and say video games are the problem, Like, we don't play them. We grew up with Pac-Man and all this stuff, which, by the way, I love arcade games. I love platformers. I love all those. I really do. Check them out on Twitch. We play them sometimes. But the problem is, the real problem here is, you're taking something that, isn't your fault, but you are being hypocritical. What I mean by that is, you go out, you watch John Wick, but you say, well, my kids can't watch it, it's rated R. Okay, that's one thing. Well, the rated R keeps them from watching it? Well, no. And I'm like, well, the games are rated M, so that's just like rated R. Well, yeah, but, it's still really easy for him to get, so is a movie. Well, you see, in the movie, you're just watching it. In the game, you're being it. You don't understand. I'm like, how do you understand how playing one of today's games is? You're saying you've never played any of them, but you're saying you don't understand how it feels because, they try to use the example when you're playing GTA, you can beat the hell out of someone with a bat, or you can jump off a building. And that's too realistic and all that stuff, which, in all honesty, yeah, that's bad. But who is it bad for? Is it bad for me? I'm 24. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do that. If I'm with my friends, yeah, whatever. I'll mess around. End of the day, I'm not 12. I'm not 9. I sure as hell ain't 4 going around playing Call of Duty Cold War, which has zombies, politics, war, cuss words, death. And it's one of the most realistic Call of Duties to date. And the parents are letting them do it. It is on you parents. It is your responsibility. You want to talk about responsibility. I grew up hearing about responsibility all the time. And it's like people are losing sight. Yeah, maybe it does make you feel different. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's say playing GTA and watching John Wick are two different things, which they kind of are. Well, then it's no different than you keeping your kid from seeing the movie. The day they stop with video game violence and the day they stop with video games that have story, because that's the reason most kids play it. It's the young ones that play Fortnite and all this other stuff that, I remember, I can't tell you how many friends I barely talk to, but they play these games and they sound so stupid and they're immature. And I'm like, your parents let you play this? Yeah. I'm like, if you let them do it, then guess what? You are officially the cause for any violence your kids do in the future. Oh, how am I? I didn't put the gun in their hand. Well, guess what? Neither did the video game. Congratulations. Thank you for listening to my argument on why it is your responsibility to take care of your children. Maybe instead of, complaining about how your kid, man, he's so irresponsible, he's playing all these games, maybe you should actually decide and dictate. Learn to actually discipline your children, not go freaking sit on your ass in front of a computer and play Club Pogo for all I care. I don't know. Fucking watch Desperate Housewives. Shit, I don't know what you parents do, but you're sure as hell not teaching your children what responsibility is, because if you're not able to comprehend what it is yourselves and you're going to say, oh, it's the video game's fault, but not the movie's fault, you have a problem with understanding things to a certain extent. You have a problem with actually seeing things for what they are. You just want to blame something. What happens when they get rid of video games and there's still violence, or violent video games? I'm going to tell you right now. The reason I play video games, growing up, it wasn't for friends. I didn't get the internet. The first game I played was Finding Nemo, blah, blah, blah. And then I grew up and started playing other stuff like Star Wars. It was always for story. Then about 19... Hell, before 19, when I was about 15 or 16, I started playing more CODs. But I was old enough. I didn't flip out or go crazy about it. My own father wouldn't allow GTA in the house. And I snuck it in one time and paid for it. And guess what happened? It got taken away. It was GTA 4. I finally got GTA 5 and I was old enough to play it. And that was fine, because see, that's the way other parents should be. Not blame violence. It's time for the parents to grow up. Welcome to the Danger Zone, where we tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And a little bit of the side of the bullshit that you be slinging. We duck. You don't hit us with that shit. You understand? We're going to make more videos like this. They'll be a little bit more in depth. This wasn't a big issue, obviously, but it's been going around for about the last 3 years how video games are the root of violence. I'm sorry, it's not. I don't know. I played violent video games for a while. They haven't made me violent. You know what's made me violent? People in this world. You're letting me down. You are. Now, if you're an adult and you realize that it's your responsibility and you keep violent video games away from your kid, if your kid's 12 and they're mature, then there you go. It's your responsibility to know that, to know that, okay? There you go. And it's your responsibility. If they're not, take it away. And if they are, leave it. That's your choice. Don't go blame it on something else. Don't blame it on the game itself. It's like alcohol. You know, when someone gets a certain age, they're mature enough, they're old enough, and it won't hurt them. Well, obviously it'll hurt you later, but, certain things, there's certain times you have to wait for stuff. So don't just find something to blame. It's time to grow up. And if anyone has any comments to add to the discussion, I'll listen to them. If you feel offended, get the fuck off my channel. Go to Walmart, get a Kleenex, and go ahead and cry, because I don't give a shit. The channel is called Dudes with Attitude. I'm not a liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative, but I will tell you straight how it is. And if you have a problem with what I believe, you can leave. I'm not here to, eat cookies and show my boobs, show my man boobs, because I do have those, to try to get y'all to, give me money. I'm not one of those. I'm here not to get money. I'm here to have a good time and to have my voice be heard. That's something this generation, the generation before me and the generation after me, aren't really having in a lot of ways. So, I guess if you're not down with what I had to say, I only got 2 words for you. Fuck off.